Right, let me just say this right at the beginning of the video. If you don't want your life to change, if you don't want to change, then this video is not for you. Turn it off, crack on doing what you was doing. But if you do want to change, if you want to actually understand what true freedom is, then this may be one of the most important videos you've ever seen. And I'm not sugarcoating anything. This is not clickbait, it's not bullshit. I've just done a beautiful breathwork class on the beach just behind there. And I just had the major epiphany. And I realized that true freedom isn't what you actually think it is. True freedom is not about the amount of money that's in your bank account. True freedom is not about being able to travel the world, having cars and watches and a wardrobe full of Louis Vuitton clothes. True freedom comes from the realization of who you really are. Who you are. You see, the biggest thing that I was actually looking for personally myself my entire life was myself. And I was trying to look for myself in everything else other than myself. I thought that if I get qualification, I thought that if I get this experience, if I buy something, I thought if I please someone, then I'll be able to feel more myself. Then I'll be able to feel the true beauty of what real freedom is. And the thing is the soul knows what it really wants. It's our mind that gets polluted in thinking that what we want is what we want, when it's not the truth. Because most people, what do they want? They want money, right? They want money because they think if they get the money, then they will be happy, and then they will be able to do that thing, because if they have money now, they don't need to worry about stressing about finances, right? Money is literally just a tool. This is what I realized over the last few years. Money is just a tool. It's literally physical paper. We've not been born on planet Earth to just run after money. That's it, right? So what I'm trying to basically tell you is, hear me out. True freedom comes from the realization of yourself. Realization that the real you is already inside, right? Who you really are on a deepest level. So you don't need to attain anything out there, out here, to feel good enough. The reason why we don't feel good enough on a daily basis, regardless of what we do, regardless of how much money, watches, cars, regardless of how many friends, regardless of how many tasks and goals we get done on a daily basis, it all comes down to the realization of who you're not. Because we think we are all these things. We think we're our name. We think we're our job. We think we're our identity. We think we're this body, right? We identify with things that are external, and we're trying to please ourselves and bring happiness internally by doing everything outside of us, right? We've all heard all these sayings and mystic yogis and gurus saying that we have to look within. And I can tell you from my own experience of being on this planet for 29 years that that is the truth. The moment you realize that it's your own self that is getting in your own way, then the bubble bursts. So think about this. Most people in this world, they're greedy. They're impatient. They envy other people. They're jealous. They resent other people. They hate. They radiate anger. All these different emotions we identify with on a daily basis. When someone hurts us, we think it's them. When we lose money, we think it's the market. We think it's the world. We think we're being punished. Everything is our own doing. Every single thing is our own doing. We need to come to the realization that we are the ones who are in our own way of our true freedom. And true freedom doesn't mean having more. It actually means needing less. The richest man in the world is not the one who has the most. It's actually the one who needs the least. And all these years I wanted to travel the world, which I've managed to, right? Beautiful, amazing. But now I'm not bothered about traveling the world, because all I was looking for was getting to an environment where I can just be myself regardless of who's around me. This environment is Thailand, specifically Koh Samui. This is literally everything that has been in my mind, that God put as an intention in my mind, and this is all I've ever wanted. I don't care about going anywhere else, right? So it was actually never about traveling. Of course, traveling is incredible and you get new perspectives and network with new people. And it's amazing. Of course, that's what I probably will do at some point. But now it's time to lock in. Now it's time to really understand who I really am and who you really are. Because you can't do that tomorrow, you can't do that next week, you can't do that in a year. One of the most valuable assets we have is time, and time is non-refundable. They print money. You can get money at any moment. They don't print time. I've still not met anyone. I got this from Eric Thomas. He said he's still to this day never met anyone who can print time. Have you? No. So why are we living like we've got 1,000 lives? Why are we living someone else's life? Why are we just chasing money? Why? Because we don't have the right information. We don't have the right knowledge. We think that real freedom is out there. We think that real freedom is actually becoming a millionaire, when that couldn't be further away from the truth. Jim Carrey actually said it himself. He said he wishes that every single person on this planet became a millionaire so they could realize that that is nothing. That is not the truth. That is not the goal. Money is a tool. How can it be the goal? How can you chase money for 40, 50, 60 years of your entire life, then go into your grave, and then what then? Where's that money go? That money just goes straight back to where it came from, back into circulation. You're gone. And then you probably won't be remembered in 10 years, 20 years, 100 years. It's crazy. So the message is the realization that we already are everything that we've ever wanted. Right? If you need to take yourself away from your friends, from your family, to come to Thailand, to go to India, to go to wherever it is that you're being called, go there and spend a bit of time by yourself, a bit of solitary time, because the only reason why we're not able to fully self-express is because we always feel judged. We always feel like everyone around us is judging us, is labeling us, is limiting us, and as a byproduct, that's what happens to us. We judge ourselves, we limit ourselves, we cut ourselves short, we sell ourselves short, shall I say, and we don't give ourselves the time of day to actually realise, who the fuck are we? Who are we? What do I actually really want? What is my soul telling me? What is this vision that wants to be manifested, but where every time I try and every time I do it, I can't, because I'm not in the right environment. I'm not around the right people. And it's the funniest thing, I'm not around anybody right now. And these realizations coming to me, because this is the time that I need for myself, because I was always surrounded by people at one point or another who wasn't becoming the best version themselves, who wasn't tuning into a higher vibration, who wasn't looking to surrender, who wasn't looking to let go of their possessions and their ego. That's another thing. Ego, greed, envy, hate, anger, all these emotions, that's what actually keeps us suppressed and stuck in this moment. And because of it, we're not able to actually be at peace, because we think that we are our thoughts, we are our losses, we think that we are our mistakes, we think that we are our tasks, we think that we are our goals, and when it doesn't happen, we lose our shit. Can you relate? I've done this for so many years, over and over and over and over again, chasing money, chasing materialistic items, chasing designer, wanting to have a Lamborghini, wanting to have a Rolex, wanting to have all these different things. And don't get me wrong, there is nothing wrong with them, it's fine, but it's not a necessity. You don't need them. It's not the most important thing. Look, where I am right now, this is hand on my heart, the reason why I haven't left, the reason why I've been here for 1 year is because everything I've ever looked for is right here. And all I needed was just a little change of environment and go deeper within myself to realize that I already am everything that God has already created. You are God's highest form of creation. Do you realize that? You are God's highest form of creation. There is nothing above us. Humans have evolved, our consciousness has evolved to a certain level, We are literally able to become aware of ourselves. Do you understand? We can tap into awareness. We can tap into this present moment. This is where our power is. Excuses is literally just a story in our minds. It's the bullshit that we keep repeating to ourselves. How much longer are you going to keep living the same life, expecting different results, wondering when things will change? This is all just present moment stuff that I've shared with you guys. If you're still here now, if you resonate with this message, if you understand where I'm coming from, because this isn't about me, this isn't about you, it's about the whole picture. It's about humans genuinely raising their own level of awareness, raising their own level of consciousness, surrendering to all the bullshit, going beyond the matrix, going beyond money, and realizing that we can have whatever we want. We can be whoever we want. We can experience whatever we want. So whatever you have in your mind, remember that your intention is God's intention. God created this earth. Whether you believe in God, whether you're atheist, it doesn't even matter what religion you are, it's completely irrelevant, right? This earth is here. It got created. So God, whoever he is, she is, I don't even know, this earth got created by someone, right? That someone is obviously I don't even know what words to put on it, but God created you, created me, created this earth, and therefore there is a source energy. There is something that created it, which means that it exists. This isn't an illusion. Like, we are alive. I'm speaking to you right now. Like, I'm not making this up. We may be in a simulation. Who knows? So if we are on planet Earth, and Earth functions of itself, and we function of this earth, we are part of this earth. We are part of God. We are parts and parcels of God, which means that we are everything already. We are nothing at the same time. So surrender your ego. Let go of all the labels of I can't, I'm not able to, this is not for me. And surrender to this present moment and understand that life is exactly what it's meant to be in this moment. You are exactly where you're meant to be because of the decisions that you've made in the past. So if you want your future to be better, if you want your life to change, if you want to evolve to levels that you've never been to before, you do that right now. Because what you do now will determine where you are in the next 5, 10, 15, 20 years. But you also need to surrender, because you can't get there from where you are if you continue being who you've always been, right? And it's not actually getting there, right? It's not starting here and going there. It's actually thinking the end in mind, so whatever your goal, your vision is, and actually starting from here and going on that journey. That's what we're here to do. To realize ourselves, to understand what life is, to understand what the true meaning of our life is, what our purpose is. Everything else is bullshit. I'm telling you that from my own experience. I've lived in Poland, I've lived in England for 20 years, I've seen what life is. I live in Thailand now, thank you God, and this is the best place I've ever been. I don't need anyone or anything to tell me anything. I pray every single day. I'm in complete gratitude, operating from my heart, thanking for the life that we have. And we don't have a Rolex. I did have one, I actually bought one, but then I put it back in the market. I wanted a Lamborghini. I drove a Lamborghini, that was fun. Now, you don't need a Lamborghini in Thailand. The only thing you need in Thailand is a scooter and a fresh coconut. And I'm not a millionaire, far from it. And I feel the most whole, the most pure, the most connected I have ever been in my entire life on this planet. And I just wanted to share this experience with you to help you break through and get to that next level. So if this message resonates with you, let me know your thoughts, drop a comment, drop a like, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a blessed day.